I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite channel. It's on YouTube now.
Hey, how's it going, guys? This is David, and I have another topic to talk about regarding the psychology of video games. I've already done a commentary on how operant conditioning leads us to become somewhat addicted to playing video games, but today I'm going to talk about another factor as to why we are drawn to play video games on, and that factor is agency. Now, you'll notice that violent video games tend to sell very well. Right now I'm playing Battlefield 3 on screen, and it's a gruesomely violent video game. You spend hundreds of hours killing thousands of people, even though, like, you know, it's done vicariously online. Thinking about the death that's involved, it gets nauseating. But is it the violence itself that draws people to play? I mean, Gears of War 3 is probably the most violent game on the market right now, save for, I don't know, let's just go with Gears of War 3. If it was just the violence, then Gears of War 3 would have sold much more, but it's not just the violence that we are drawn to. It's the sense of agency and competence that we experience while playing these games. These two researchers, I have their names on the screen, noticed that a trend among gamers is that they weren't in it for just the violence. It was a draw in the beginning, like, you know, the shock factor and arousal level you experience by being placed in the violent setting, the amount of mortality salience you experience, and the high level of cognitive arousal. But that eventually wears off. And the driving force behind people coming back to play these games is the amount of control you have over your destiny. And, you know, you have amounts of power in these games that nobody could ever have in real life. Nobody will be able to, like, you know, kill 20, 30 people in a row without any consequences. And, you know, just the amount of control you have, your willingness and your ability to impose your power and your dominance over somebody else. That's what agency is. And I'm going to operationalize agency a little bit more. It's a component of mind perception, being able to perceive somebody as mentally competent. There's two components to mind perception. One of the researchers that I had as a lecturer before, Dr. Kurt Gray, looked at this in his mind perception lab, but the two components are agency and experience. Agency is the capacity to feel self-control, morality, memory, emotion recognition, planning, communication, and thought. But experience, the other component of mind perception, is the capacity to feel hunger, pain, pleasure, rage, desire, personality, consciousness, pride, embarrassment, and joy. And, you know, generally babies were perceived higher in the experience capacity of mind perception, but, you know, adults were perceived higher in the agency dimension of mind perception. Duh. But the highest, like, mental agent would be God himself. So it's the driving force for us to feel ultimate control. And the ultimate control we have is when we, like, you know, feel godlike. Right now on the screen is some sped up Minecraft gameplay. And in Minecraft, you also have a great deal of agency. You are able to impose your will upon the very environment itself and bend it to your will. And it's that self-determination and autonomy that you have that leads you to feel so powerful. It's a drive that, you know, you can really never get rid of. You could be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and still want to get your agency fix. And you don't have to do it just through video games. There are other ways to get your agency fix. I think that's why a big part of, like, you know, underage drinking and using illicit drugs is such a draw to some people, because it's you know, rebelling against society. You have control over your destiny, and it's like, you know, sticking into the man, not letting anybody tell you what to do. And in countries where the drinking age is lower, it's less of a problem because it's less of a fascination and it's less of a rebellious and agency fulfilling thing to do. So everybody wants an agency fix, and video games provide this for us. You control your destiny in video games a lot more than you control your destiny in real life. So in conclusion, it's not so much the violent aspect of these games that draw us to play it, it's the fix you get from agency. I hope you've learned something from my commentary regarding the agency component of mind perception and why having high levels of being able to impose your will upon other people, aka agency, being perceived as mentally competent, agency, and having control of your destiny, agency, is such a draw to us playing video games. Have a great day, guys.